What is shaking, guys? So today's video is going to answer the question, where do you start when it comes to building your online sales and marketing funnel? I'm going to share with you the short answer, and then I'm going to take you behind the scenes, and we're actually going to build this thing out together live, okay? The short answer is planning. We cannot build a sales and marketing funnel without a proper architectural plan and strategy behind the funnel. People think that they could just go to a competitor, buy their products, go through their funnel, and think that like all we need to do is duplicate this and it's going to work for us. That is not the case. You know, if you're just going to hack someone else's program, where's the differentiation here? Where is the uniqueness in what it is that you do? Okay, maybe you might be able to take some ideas, but you really need to create something of your own. So I'm going to share with you today the framework or the architectural plan that I do with clients, right? We're going to use a fake client here in this case. I don't want to give out any proprietary information on certain projects that we're working on right now, but we have to map out the plan first. So let's have at it. So here's a blank canvas. All right. So here's what I'm going to start with. So the first question I'm going to ask is, where are we going to get our traffic from, our audience from? So what I want to do is I want to look at some traffic sources. So maybe they're coming in from Facebook. All right. So I'm going to bring over Facebook. Maybe they're coming in from Instagram. So let's look for the Instagram, right? Maybe they're coming in from LinkedIn. So we'll put the LinkedIn icon here. All right. So now we know at least where our sources are coming from, right? Our traffic sources or our audience is coming from. Now, what's the first thing that we need to do? We need to deliver value up front. Nobody is going to pay a high price to somebody that they don't know, like, and trust, right? So we need to come up with some sort of webinar, some sort of high value to give up front. So people start to say or think, okay, this particular individual or this business knows what the hell they're doing, knows what the hell they're talking about. So what I want to do is I want to create some sort of a download page, right? So this is where they're going to come to and download the resource. Or I should say opt in. Let's do that instead. All right, so we're going to come over here and then we'll bring over the opt-in page. So now there's an opt-in page that they're going to put in a name and email and then get the download. Okay. So again, this is funnel basics 101 here. This may be a little too amateur for some people, but I just want to take it. I want to start from the bottom up as if you don't even know what a funnel is. Right. So once they opt in and they get their download, now we need to create some sort of sequence. All right. For time's sake, let's use this icon because it looks like, well, that's direct mail. Okay, so we'll use this as the email, right? And this is a great email service provider, by the way, ActiveCampaign. This is what we use. So basically what I'm going to do is after they download is I'm going to have a couple emails go out to them. All right, so we'll duplicate this. Maybe one a day for the next 3-4 days. And basically what these emails are going to do, I'll just put 3 for now. Basically what these emails are going to do is introduce me to them. So what I'll do is I'll send some case studies out there. I'll send my backstory out there. I'll send some call to actions out there to watch some videos so they get a better understanding of who I am, what I do, and how I do it. Building trust. That's exactly what these emails are for, is to simply build trust. Now, what I'm going to do after this, though, is send them to another page. Okay. And this is where I'm going to tell them to do something that's actually going to cost money now. Okay. So now there's a sales page, right? Selling them the next step of my order, of my funnel, right? So this is typically a consultation page, right? So this comes to a sales page, which now comes to an order form page. Okay. So they're going to buy from me off of this order form page. Then they're going to have a confirmation page. All right. Or a thank you page, whatever you want to call it. Right. Now that thank you page is going to have some things to do. Right. So this sales page could be a couple of things. This could be a webinar. So we could put webinar here. Or it could be like a landing page that just sells the hook and sells the offer, right? Now they'll come to the order for page and buy. Now the thank you page will be here. Now, what do we tell them to do on the thank you page? Well, what I do is I tell them to watch a few videos and I give them the step-by-step instructions. So maybe if you're a coach or a consultant, you're going to want them to get on your calendar and book an appointment with you. So now they're booked on your calendar. Now, between the conversation that you're going to have with them, right? I would have maybe another email go out, right? So we'll use this again, right? So duplicate. So maybe a email confirmation. Right? Telling them what to expect. So we'll just type in here, email confirmation, right? And then we'll come back here and we'll rename these, build trust email 1, and then build trust email 2. Now you guys have to get creative with how you're going to build trust with your audience. All right, I gave you a couple examples: testimony, case studies. Build trust email 3. All right, you don't want to overdo it here. Is what I'm trying to get at here. Because then you start to get annoying. Like, did you ever come to one of those sales pages where it has a headline and then it has 48 testimonies? Like, that's overcompensating a bit, right? I get what you're trying to do, but you're overcompensating. Nobody's going to look at 48 testimonies, video testimonials, right? If you're really good at what you do, maybe you need 5, 6 really strong ones, if that, and call it a day. Okay. Some of it is just overkill. All right. So this is a potential funnel to get a lead in the door and get them to pay. Now we can shorten this, or we can do another funnel. Okay. Now say they came and they've actually gone into your funnel. Now they're on your email list and now you're trying to warm them up, right? Now you're trying to, or they come right off of social media because they've been following you for a while and they want to learn more about what it is that you do or what the next step is. So let's build another funnel. So we'll say traffic comes from Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn again. All right. Aha. Here's the icon I was looking for. Email. All right, so now you're putting out great content on social media and people are wanting to know more about your services. So where do you take them? All right. So what I would do is I would take them to sales page or a webinar page. All right. Either or. Doesn't need to be both, but either or. Right? And then I would take them straight to an order form page. Right? Then, if you want to get fancy, once they buy the first product that or service you're trying to sell, you might want to sell them something else, which is called an upsell. So the psychology behind an upsell is simply this. They've bought product or service A. What are they going to need next? Or what is the next logical thing that is going to help them get to where they want to be faster? Okay? So I'll give you a quick example. Maybe they're buying a downloadable resource. Okay? Maybe it's a long form video training or something like that. Well, what's the next thing they're going to need after they finish that training, right? That could be a potential upsell, right? So you want to sell that. Now, say they don't want that and they want something else. You can do a downsell, right? And a downsell is maybe something a little bit of a cheaper price point. So we'll duplicate this, rename it downsell. And this could be perhaps a monthly membership continuity program or something like that, where it's like $10 a month. They get access to A, B, and C, whatever. All right, so we'll say downsell. All right. And I wouldn't go crazy with these upsells and downsells because it starts to get annoying, especially if we only want the first thing, right? Did you ever go through, an order form and it's constantly nailing you? You know who's really good with this? GoDaddy. It's like you can't even check out until they hit you with like 5 upsells and downsells, right? They protection this and security that and lifetime, you could buy the URL for 5 years. They go crazy with that stuff. So upsell, downsell, maybe you do one more upsell or not. Let's just keep it simple for now, all right? So they go through this. Now, the next step is a thank you page. And then on that thank you page, you have to tell them what to expect next, right? Customers love to be told what to expect first, second, third. I always use this example. When you walk into a hotel and the bellhops are there ready for you, they're directing you to the check-in, and then the host escorts you to the elevator. Now, once you get to the elevator, they tell you exactly where to go next. Like when you're delivering a service or product, keep that in mind. That customer experience is so important. Right. So guys, I just spent the past 15 minutes showing you 2 different ways you can strategize and plan out, your funnel. So this is for somebody who barely knows who you are. They come off of social media. You get them to opt in for something. You deliver the promise. You build trust through a sequence of emails. You send them to the next step of your funnel, which is something of intermediate price. They order it. They get a confirmation, email confirmation. They get a thank you page. They get sent to a thank you page that has a calendar invite. This is great for coaches or consultants, right? They book a time on your calendar and now they know exactly what to expect. This is another funnel, which is kind of a shortened because you're doing such a great job on social media. You're already building that trust and likability and that credibility and authority. Now they want to know what you sell. So you send them straight to the sales page or a webinar where they can learn more about what it is that you do. Send them to an order form page. You send them to a potential upsell. You send them to a potential downsell. Then you send them to a thank you page that delivers the promise and guides them to the next step. The key with the upsells and downsells is to increase your cart value. So the first question I'm going to ask you if you come into the Brand Accelerator program is, how much is one client worth to you in a calendar year? We have to know this information, especially if you have a revenue goal in mind for the next 12 to 18 months. Right? If you don't know that number on average, you don't have to have it to the dollar, but if you don't know that number, it's like we're shooting into the wind. Okay. So I wanted to get this out to you guys because I keep getting the question, where do I start when it comes to building a funnel? Well, if you don't strategically plan out your funnel and you dive right into ClickFunnels and you start building, chances are that funnel is going to fall flat when you go to launch it and turn it on. So proper planning, proper strategy, knowing what the funnel steps are going to be. So what are you going to deliver up front to somebody who barely knows you? And what are you going to deliver on the back end to somebody that knows, likes, and trusts you and wants to just buy? You got to have this set up. I'll give you a quick example. I had a potential Brand Accelerator client reach out to me last week. He's like, I want you to build us a couple of funnels, right? And he says to me, Henry, I want to get my education. I want to sell my knowledge. I've been doing this for 15 years and I can help a lot of people that want to start the business that I'm in or have the same business that I have and want to get through COVID, and they want to get through, they really want to scale their businesses. I've opened up 9 shops, 9 different locations. I want to help other people do the same thing that are eager to do that. So I want you to build me a few funnels. So I want to have like a video that I could sell. And I'm like, okay, well, what happens after they buy the video training, whatever that is? And he was like, well, I don't know. And I was like, well, I don't want you to spend any money on this if you don't have a proper plan. Like, if you want to build a house, you're not going to just start building the house without a freaking architectural plan. So I said, pump the brakes. We have to strategize this out. We have to map this out before we start building anything. And so that's what we're going to do. So I hope this video is going to better get you started when it comes to building funnels and gives you some ideas on what goes into funnel building from the bottom steps to the back end, because that's where you're going to make all your money, in the back end, not in the front end. All right. So drop some questions below, drop some comments if this was helpful. I see Stephen Parsons here. He says, loving it, bro. I'm in the middle of a 5-hour drive all over this later, man. Big thanks for the share. Oh, you're welcome, Steve. So questions, comments, drop them in the comments below. I am happy to help you guys get a little bit more clarity when it comes to funnel design, funnel build, funnel architecture. Have a great rest of the day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.